the earth. The CCL All-Star Game is on right now as we speak, but right here at CSM, the Menlo Park Legends have a out-of-league game against the California Tigers. Nate Martin here alongside Victor Martinez, giving you the action. Victor, should we expect the Legends have been struggling a lot recently? How should they be looking to get back on form today?
Well, it all starts with the pitching, and today they have AJ Valle going, a guy who pitched for the Legacy last time out, but back here with the Legends today. And really what's been struggling for the Legends in the last couple of games, you know, they've been on a little bit of a losing streak, has been the mound. Also on the offensive side, it just doesn't look like their approach is quite there. It looks like they're taking a lot of pitches that could be hittable. It looks like they're swinging at a lot of pitches that are not hittable, so really just looking for them to do the little things right, get back on track today.
A good opportunity to do so against the California Tigers, an independent team. They've played a couple BACL teams, some other teams up here in Northern California. Their first time facing the Menlo Park Legends all summer. First of a two-game set. It's about to get underway right about now. AJ Valle, as we mentioned, on the bump for the Legends. Last pitch for the Legacy, pitched 2 innings, struck out 4. I was pretty impressed by that start.
Yeah, he was pretty solid against the BACL, and really what worked for him was the slider. I mean, he threw a lot of them. Maybe against a independent ball team, he might have a different approach, but we're looking for him to continue his success like he did the other time he was out on the mound.
His first pitch. I'm running a little late here at CSM. First pitch right around 5:08 p.m. And we'll miss the zone. Find the zone, excuse me. 0-1. So first pitch strike for Valle. I'm unable to find the zone. 1-1 now. Valle. This is college ball for Columbia. Made a few appearances for the Lions last year in the Ivy League. So that one misses. 2-1 now. Has a 4-pitch mix. Cutter, slider, changeup, sinker. 2-1 to the leadoff man, Chase Christensen. We'll find the zone. 2-2. The slider is lurking for the Legacy now. Pitching for the Legends, Valle slider working once again.
And he's throwing a little bit firmer. First fastball of the day, a sinker, which was 87 miles an hour. We're ramping it up here.
2-2. Goes over the catcher's head. Loads up the count 3-2. Christensen leading things off. On deck is Joe McGee. Batting third is Charlie Moulton. Then following him is Corey Williams. Batting fifth is Jamie Mullen. Batting sixth is Rudy Rodriguez. Sean Stafford batting seventh as the 3-2 pitch misses the walk, the leadoff man. I think closing thing out is Sean McGinty and Christian Smith.
Second, center fielder, number 8, Joe McGee.
So a tough miss there on the pitch from Valle. Went over the head of Christensen to put him on base. Brings up the lefty McGee now. First pitch from Valle. Gets away from him again. Christensen will strut over to second. 1-0 now to Joe McGee.
And we just haven't really seen AJ Valle have consistent release of that slider so far. A couple of pitches that have gone way to the left. A lot of slipping out of his hand right there on his breaking ball. So looking for him to get back into the strike zone here with this next pitch.
But when that slider is working, it's found the zone twice, and he got Christensen to look at it both times. Goes to it again. That one will find the zone. Hit over to short for the first out of the inning. Play made by Josh Quinn over to the first baseman, Kanan Treese. The Legends, because of the CCL All-Star Game happening right now, missing a few key contributors. So the manager, I guess the acting manager, Marcelo Saldana, taking over for Chris DeBoo, who's not here today. Some other guys getting shots that not normally would. As that one will be dropped by the catcher. And we'll get a first run of the ball game. Well, pitch from Valle. Unable to be fielded by Derek Cruz. And Christensen scores 1-0.
Yeah, same thing with those last couple of sliders. Just looks like it's slipping out of his hand a little bit. The release just quite isn't there. Cruz lets that one bounce off his glove. A guy that hasn't really played very often for the Legends. He played a little bit at the beginning of the season. Hasn't really played as of late. Been kind of at Fresno. Hasn't really been around.
Yeah, Derek Cruz made an appearance in the series against the Fresno A's. That was in like the first couple days of June. He's now back on July 17th with Valle. So maybe they're still not used to each other, kind of figuring it out as they go. 1-1 gets high, ball 2.
Yeah, and we talk about the Legends missing a lot of players. They're missing a lot of catchers. Max Shore is done. It sounds like Trevor Harmon is done as well. So Ben Seminara is also done. So a lot of things haven't really gone the Legends' way as of late, and a lot of players have really met their quota for the summer, and they're just done for the summer. So they're going to tap on different guys. Derek Cruz is going to get an opportunity today. Ethan Bergen down in Compton in the All-Star game today as well.
2-2. Slider finds the zone again there. From Valle, hit over to short, fielded by Quinn, thrown to Treese. And that'll be the second out of the inning. Some newer guys in the field. As we mentioned, Derek Cruz behind the plate, Keenan Treese at first. Not really a position he's used to, but has been involved with 2 outs. And then at second base, Ryson Ujimori, guy we've seen get more and more involved over the last couple weeks, hit a home run against the Stompers. And Josh Quinn at short. Third baseman, Nicholas Walsh. And then from left to right in the outfield, Vaskin Smith, Rowan Felch, and Logan Musey. That pitch will miss the zone. 1-0. Who's a guy that you are expecting to step up today, given the opportunity with players away? Who's someone that we can expect to see have a solid day for the Legends?
Well, Logan Musey's really stood out to me as of late. I think he's hitting the ball a little bit better than he was at the beginning of the season. It's a guy that's consistently getting more and more at-bats as guys continue to leave. He's stuck around all season, and he might get rewarded here today.
1-1 pitch finds his own. 1-2. That slider is looking hit or miss from Valle, but when it's working well. 1-2 to Williams. It's away from Valle. 2-2. Williams, the first baseman, digging in. On deck is Jamie Mullen. And a 1-0 game here for the Tigers. Pitch from Valle. High, ball 3. Loads up the count again. We've seen this a lot so far in the top of the first. Full counts to Corey Williams. (3-2) hit into opposite field. That one's going to drop in front of the right fielder, Musey, for a 2-out single off the bat of Corey Williams. Brings up Jamie Mullen.
Batting fifth, third baseman, number 21, Jamie Mullen.
Jamie Mullen, the third baseman. It's high school ball at De La Salle. Runner on first is Williams. 2 outs here in the top of the first.
And that's a tough pitch to give up a hit on right there. Valle, a guy who has a lot of movement on all of his pitches, just kind of jams the hitter, pokes it in the right field for a base hit.
0-1 here to Mullen after the slider inside finds his own. As Valle checks in on the runner at first, Williams. Treese dropped the ball, but recovers quickly and doesn't allow Williams to advance. 0-1. We'll find the zone again. 0-2. Valle getting ahead in the count here.
Exactly what you want to see from Valle. We really need, if you're the Legends right now, you really need him to put this batter away. I mean, he's really struggled with deep counts, especially this season. He's walked a lot of guys. He's thrown a lot of wild pitches. just can't allow that to happen and needs to put a guy away right here to end this inning.
0-2. Fouled off. We'll do it again. Valle, last time out, looks pretty solid in 2 innings of work for the Legacy. 4 strikeouts. Here in the top of the first, has had to rely on the field to get his first 2 outs of the game. 0-2 to Mullen. Almost hits him 1-2. 88 there. So yeah, Valle's really throwing firmer here later in the summer.
Yeah, he's really ramping it up right here. I mean, we saw him earlier in the summer starting at 83, 84. Now he's bringing it up to 87, 88. So really good to see. Would also like to see him find some consistent command in the zone.
1-2 fouled off. Runner took off, but Williams will have to head back to first. We'll do the 1-2 pitch again. Valle, long inning here so far. A lot of guys forcing long at-bats out of him. Getting into full counts. 1-2 here to Mullen. For runner on first, 2 outs. That'll be ball 2 high. Valle has a pitch to give, but wants to end the inning as soon as possible. 2-2 to Mullen. Hit foul. We'll do it again. The big thing with the velocity going up, one factor could be he didn't get that much action for Columbia in the spring. Only 4 appearances. Only threw 2 in a third innings. Now been one of the starters for the Legends this summer. It's the role we've mainly seen him out of. He's been throwing a lot firmer as we've gotten along. As that ball misses his own 87 miles an hour on the fastball. Full count pitch to Jamie Mullen. Hit foul. Forcing a long at bat. Neither of these guys willing to give in.
Yeah, and with a very, very short Legends bullpen today is not what you want to see from AJ Valle. I talked to Marcelo Saldana, the acting manager, before the game. Really only has a couple of guys that he can go to, and was really expecting Valle to give him a longer start, especially since he didn't pitch too much over the weekend, just 2 innings for the Legacy.
Full count, hit high, deep in the left field, tracking back, and that one will go off of the wall. Vaston Smith will throw over to the cutoff man. 1 run comes across the plate. 2-0 lead here on the 2-out double from Jamie Mullen. California Tigers up early over the Menlo Park Legends. That was just a well-hit ball in the left field. 97 miles an hour off of the bat of Mullen. He wins the long at-bat as Marcelo Saldana already checked it in on Valle. We'll be back very shortly. Back in here, top of the first, runner in scoring position with 2 outs, 2-0 lead for the California Tigers. AJ Valle struggling in the top of the first. Gets behind early, 1-0 to the next man up, Rudy Rodriguez. 1-0. Finds his own 1-1. Good bounce back pitch there from Valle. So it'll be 1-1. Runner on second is Mullen. That one will find the zone 1-2. Valle after the tough first pitch. Good bounce back to bring it to 1-2. Pitch to Rodriguez. Strike 3 looking. Rodriguez goes down via the backwards K. And that'll end the top of the first. 2 runs come across the plate. Legends lineup has some work to do. It'll be Musi, Ujimori, and Smith to the plate. Bottom of the first, Legends behind early, 2-0. Some work to do here for Menlo Park. Logan Musi, Victor's highlighted player of the game, leading things off. First pitch. It's away from Nathan Leffel on the mound, 1-0. Leffel there, 85 miles an hour. First pitch. 1-0 now. Find the zone, 1-2, 1-1, evens it up. Logan Musi, Bryson Ujimori, and Vaskin Smith here in the bottom of the first. Musi at the plate right now, fouls that one off, 1-2. Two from Leffel. Hit foul. Musi forcing a longer at bat here. 1-2. We'll do it again. Musi this summer batting .263 with a .373 OBP. Guy that can get on base for you there. Good eye and good take. Evens the count up 2-2. Two pitch hit into opposite field. And that one will be caught for the first out of the game. Chase Christensen on the play and right. Pitcher Leffel has a massive kick out there on his legs.
Yeah, and we've talked about this before when we've seen guys with bigger leg kicks. Leffel, sometimes I've been told by pitchers that they like to do that just to stabilize themselves a little bit, so a little bit of insight right there on that.
I'll bring up Bryson Ujimori. Last time we saw Ujimori here at CSM Field, he tanked one into right field, 391. His first home run of the summer. Now up once again here in the bottom of the first time facing the Cali Tigers. So he looks at that one again, ball 2.
And Ujimori, ever since getting to the Legends, has really been hitting the ball hard. Every chance he's gotten, it seems like he's had a couple of balls with some good exit velo, so looking for him to continue that today. Some big hacks, too.
Yeah, that was a massive one that misses 2-1 to Ujimori. He's struggled a bit for average this summer, but he's gotten some massive hits. The home run, as we mentioned, a couple other RBIs as well. The count is evened up 2-2. Leffel coming back at the count here. 2-2 to Ujimori. Looked at, strike 3. So Musi and Ujimori both go down.
Third, left fielder, number 18, Vaskin Smith.
2 outs brings up a power bat. Vaskin Smith to the plate. As he hits that one into center. The middle of the infield, excuse me. That's the 3rd out of the inning. Legends go down 1-2-3. When we return, AJ Valle enters his 2nd inning of work. Welcome back in here, top of the 2nd. It'll be the back end of the order for the California Tigers. Sean Stafford, Sean McGinty, and Christian Smith to the plate. AJ Valle entering his 2nd inning of work. First pitch to Stafford will be in the shallow left, out 1 in the inning.
Yeah, quick out, exactly what you want to see from AJ Valle after a long inning. Getting that first pitch out is so crucial to have him continue on the mound out there, especially with today a shorter bullpen for the Legends.
You mentioned a shorter bullpen. I'm told there could be a chance of seeing a position player pitching, so keep an eye out for that one, folks. Brings up Sean McGinty, the catcher. First pitch to McGinty. This is a zone 1-0.
Yeah, we're not expecting to see too many substitutions today from the Legends. I was told they only have 9 position players, and they're all out on the field. Excuse me, 8 position players. They're all out on the field.
And we'll find the zone 1-1. The Tigers also have a smaller team as well. Although if you're looking at it, their dugout is significantly larger than ours. 1-2 hitting to right center. That'll be a 1-out single for McGinty. Bring up the 9-hole hitter, Christian Smith.
Batting 9, left fielder, number 24, Christian Smith.
So after the quick out 1, Valle gives up the hit to McGinty, his third hit given up of the day. First pitch to Smith will find the zone, 0-1. Smith going to be playing at San Francisco State next year. San Francisco State team that we're, let's say, pretty familiar with. Manager of the Legacy, Nick White. He's a coach there, and he called a balk on Valle. Allows the runner to advance. Just a tough start to his day on the mound.
Yeah, it just seems like he's not really in control of everything that's going on right now. Really rattled by that runner taking off right there. Kind of got sped up and saw him commit a balk right there, which is really unfortunate.
And fouled off. Count the 1-2. Two to Smith. In the zone, strike 3. Second strikeout of the day for Valle. And a big one at that.
Yeah, good pitch from Valle right there. Big sweeping slider, gets the strikeout looking. Tough to recognize if you're a hitter, especially first time through the order, so really something that he should be taking advantage of.
I'll bring up the leadoff man, Chase Christensen, for the second time today. His second time facing Valle, got on base. Last time hits that one in the opposite field. Tracking back and making the grab is Logan Musey. No damage done there. Still a 2-0 lead here for the California Tigers as we enter the bottom of the second. Felch, Quinn, and Cruz to the plate. Bottom of the second, still a 2-0 game here. It'll be Felch, Quinn, and Cruz to the plate for Menlo Park. First pitch to Felch. Looked at, 0-1. Felch had a hot start to the summer, has slowed down a bit. How's that one off? 0-2, gets behind early. The spring, though, was a very hot bat. Hit over 300. Committed to UC Irvine as a result. 0-2 hit high, deep into center. But that one will be fielded. Caught out by Joe McGee. First out of the inning. It was a well-hit ball by Felch. 94 miles an hour. Went 328. Just into the wrong part of the ballpark, though.
Yeah, and usually when you hit a ball hard, you want to pull that, and Felch just unfortunately uses the big part of the ballpark right there and makes it a quick out 1.
Bring up Josh Quinn. First pitch to Quinn. Swung on, fouled off, 0-1. Quinn also had a pretty hot start to his summer, but has slowed down as well. Hits that one high into center. For out number 2. So Leffel has done a good job of getting some flyouts here in the second.
The catcher,
Both Felch and Quinn go down. Flyouts to center field. Brings up Derek Cruz. Making his first appearance here at CSM for the Legends. That one for a ball, 1-0. Hit over the head of a second baseman. That'll be a 2-out single by the catcher, Cruz. Way to make an impact right away.
A good piece of hitting right there from Derek Cruz. A pitch that he gets on the inner part of the plate, and he just rifles in the right field for a base hit.
Third baseman, number 48, Nicholas Walsh.
Brings up Nicholas Walsh to the plate. Third baseman for the Legends. For runner on first, 2 outs. First pitch to Walsh. Swung on, fouled off, 0-1. Yeah, Cruz, this is only his second or third appearance for the Legends. This summer at Fresno City College, had 11 RBIs. Was kind of one of their main catchers in the spring. Now getting some summer ball action here in the CCL. Yes, he hasn't really played in the CCL just yet. Only he's played in out-of-league games. As Walsh fouls behind 0-2. Pitch to Walsh. Hit high into right. That one is going to be fielded. And the hop from Chase Christensen for the third out of the inning. So, the Legends get their first hit of the day, but it's all for nothing. 2-0 as we enter the top of the third. Back top of the third. Valle got into a bit of trouble in the second, but got out of it. There's a couple strikeouts today as well. Just kind of settling in to his appearance as that one is fouled off, 0-1 by Joe McGee. So it'll be McGee, Moulton, and Williams to the plate, starting things off with the center fielder. Lefty committed to St. Mary's, 0-1. He went around there to bring the count to 0-2. Valle gets ahead in the count here against McGee. Last time through, McGee grounded out to short. Now second time facing Valle, looks at that one high, ball one. As a pitcher, what's going through your head, after the first time through the order, you struggled at times against it. Now second time through, the advantage is starting to go from you to the batter. How's that changing up your approach? As that one is hit into left field. I'll let you answer the question after this. McGee thought about digging for two, instead holds up at first for the leadoff single.
Yeah, well, to get to your question, the hitters have seen you once, but you've also seen the hitters once. So in your head, you have to think that you have the advantage. You know what they're going to do. You know their tendencies, what they did last time up. So you really have to keep that in the back of your mind. Remember what they either swung and missed at or what they took, and just recognize that you also have something on them now and be able to use that to your advantage.
Was unable to do so there against McGee. The leadoff man is on. First pitch to Moulton now. Finds his own 0-1. That was just a really well-hit ball by Joe McGee. Left fielder Vaskin Smith had no chance of getting to that one. The 0-1 will find the zone, 0-2. Valle gets ahead in the count once again. Two to Moulton. And that'll be a balk on Valle. His second of the day. It's not even that often that we see balks in games here at CSM. That is the second in 2 innings of work for AJ Valle here in the top of the third. Still ahead in the count here, 0-2. And gets the swing and miss from Moulton, strike 3. That's Valle's third strikeout of the day.
First baseman, number 15, Corey Williams.
And to go back to your point, I cannot remember if we've seen a balk so far this summer.
I think we've seen a couple, but not, 2 and 3 innings like that. Corey Williams now to the plate. Hits that one. Foul, 0-1. Williams really loving the opposite field. His hit in the first inning went into opposite field. That one goes foul, 0-1. But 1 to Williams. Looked at, strike 2. Williams, first baseman for Cosumnes River College. Digs in for the 0-2 from Valle, who's going to get a runner caught in a bit of a pickle. That one's going to go over the head of Jamori, and a run will score off of it. Defensive error proves costly for the Menlo Park Legends.
And the Legends really just don't look like they have everything together today. A couple of balks, a couple of wild pitches. It's the first error, but we've also seen a pass ball, so really just a lot of defensive mishaps for the Legends so far.
The Legends have struggled a bit with errors this summer. They got it under control for a bit here. Coming back to haunt them in the top of the third against the Tigers. 3-0 lead now for California. That one will be ruled a ball to Williams. He now has nobody on, 1 out. One and two. Valle. Pressure off of him. That one finds the zone 2-2. 87 miles an hour there on the fastball.
We've seen Valle get into a lot of 2-strike counts here early, but only 3 strikeouts so far. It seems like he's been in 2 strikes for every single batter, really struggling to put guys away right now.
That will be hit up the middle past the shortstop, Quinn, who will make the play, but can't get the throw off. It'll be a 1-out single for Corey Williams, his second of the day. So it will be another runner on first with 1 out.
Now batting, third baseman, number 21, Jamie Mullen.
The Tigers looking to add some more to that scoreboard. Already has scored 1 this inning. First pitch. In the dirt, 1-0 to Jamie Mullen. Valle now the only Columbia player on the roster after Ben Seminar, the catcher, has finished his summer here in Menlo Park. The guys now starting to leave. Team getting a little smaller as the Legends are looking to close out their year. That one will be in the zone. Stolen base, successful. Williams now in scoring position. Count is 1-1. Excuse me, 2-0 actually. That one missed the zone. Two and 0, 1 in scoring position here to the Tigers, as that one will be fouled off. Brings the count to 2-1. Kind of we're talking a bit about Legends this summer in the CCL. They find themselves in the last place in the CCL North at 10-16, losing 6 straight games. As that one will miss again, 3-1. At one point this summer, Menlo Park was in first place, competing with the Crawdads for control over the division.
It's been a pretty steep fall for the Legends this summer. Started off really strong, and as of late, it's just a lot of tough things have not really gone their way. I mean, we've seen a lot of errors, we've seen a lot of walks, a lot of just freebies, which is something that manager Chris DeBoo really preaches against. I mean, you really got to control the controllables, and so far in this 6-game losing streak, the Legends just haven't been able to do that.
Yeah, and there's an example of it there. Puts a runner on first on the walk.
The shortstop, number 1, Rudy Rodriguez.
Brings up Rudy Rodriguez to the plate. His second time through the order.
If you're the Legends, you just got to think about it in the way that you're 1 game out of a playoff spot right now. The top 4 teams in each division make the playoffs, so they're only 1 game out right now.
Well, in the CCL North, at least, I mean, the Seagulls and Merchants are affiliate teams. I don't know. Are they allowed to be in the playoffs if they're affiliates?
I believe, yes.
1-0. That one will be high ball 2. I mean, yeah, they are just a game out. Some work needs to be done ahead of the stretch. They're going to face the Slow Blues and the Crawdads and the Stompers, so not an easy end to your summer. The motivation is definitely there. 2-1 now to Rudy Rodriguez. Yeah, if you were to ask me or just anyone else really, how would you want to close out your summer? It's not against the Blues, Stompers, and Crawdads with a playoff spot on the line.
Yeah, it's a tough task, and they're really looking forward to this game. I mean, it's a game that doesn't really count towards the standings. It's a game to really just get everybody right, and so far it hasn't started off the way they hoped.
They also have game Friday against the Tigers. 2-2. Misses 3-2. Tough pit miss there for Valle. As we're starting to see an arm kind of stretching in the bullpen.
And it's a tougher task for the Legends, too, that most of their games are going to be on the road. Definitely not easy to ask of them to go out and win on the road.
Especially, some tough places to play. That'll be strike three looking. Big strike three, too. It's the second out of the inning with 2 on. Valle, it seems that's kind of like the first long at-bat that he's won. A lot of time when he gets in those 3-2 counts, the batter finds a way to get on. That time gets strike three looking. Brings the 2 outs here on the top of the third, 2 on, to bring up Sean Stafford.
And usually as the at-bat goes on and it gets longer, the batter continues to have a bigger and bigger advantage. Right there, A.J. Valle able to get the out.
And that one will miss the zone 1-0. Yeah, it's going back to what we were talking about. We were watching, the live stream of the Stompers Legends game a couple weeks ago. Stompers had a great home crowd that night. It'll be a Friday and Saturday game. I wouldn't be surprised if Sonoma, a community that loves their baseball, packs out Arnold Field for those ones. But of course, the Slow Blues get a lot of people out to their games as well. So tough places to play for Menlo Park, and also just the distance as well. Both Sonoma and San Luis Obispo a few hours drive away. That definitely factors into the home field advantage for those two teams.
And to get back to that, I mean, the Legends, when they've been on, have been one of the better teams in the CCL, but it's really been far and few between when they've really put it all together. I mean, as of late, just nothing really. But at the beginning of the season against, the Merchants, they really were putting together some good ball games, winning a lot of games early, but yeah, like we mentioned, a lot of walks, a lot of errors, just a lot of things that they can control that they haven't necessarily controlled up to this point.
The last one they had was on Friday. I mean, you're looking at the scores. It's been a lot of close games. 2-1 loss to the Stompers. 5-4 loss to the Stompers. That one we saw that one. They tried coming back. Was unable to. Just was unsuccessful. It's been a lot of close games.
The catcher, number 31, Sean McGinty.
They'll now be bases loaded after a 2-out walk. Brings up Sean McGinty in a crucial spot here. Visit over to Valle. Not only has it been close games, it's been games where the lineup just hasn't been able to get going. 1-3, 1-5, 1-12, 2-5, 1-2. It's just the bats have gone cold here in July for the Legends.
The bats have gone cold, and the pitching staff hasn't really kept up with the pace that the bats are putting down. I mean, a lot of one-run games, a lot of really close games, and yes, a lot of them are on the offense, but you also take a look at the 12-1 loss earlier in the month. You had 16-1, 13-1, so it's just really been a combination of everything just has not really clicked for the Legends as of late.
First pitch swinging from the catcher, McGinty. Have a good opportunity to get back in the win column against Walnut Creek on Friday. At least in CCL play. Still a lot of baseball to be played here. 0-2 to McGinty. Valle gets ahead in the count here in a bases loaded situation. Zero balls, 2 strikes. Runners on first, second, and third. 2 outs here in the top of the third. And that'll be strike 3 looking. Valle. It's been the slider working for him all day. Gets it done right there. For the 3rd out of the inning. 1 run comes across the plate, but the Legends get out of a jam. It'll be Treese Watanabe and Logan Musey to the plate. Welcome back in here, top of the 3rd. More work to do for the Legends lineup. It'll be Treese Watanabe and Musey responsible for the task. First pitch to Treese, finds his own 0-1. Nathan Leffel was pretty impenetrable here through 2 innings. Gave up 1 hit and 2 outs to Derek Cruz, excuse me. I was looking at the wrong lineup. Here, 1-2 against Treese. Already behind early. Pitch to Treese, looked at for ball 2. Good take from the righty.
The Legends do have a arm throwing in their bullpen, the lefty Robbie Souter. So far, 3 very long innings for the starter, AJ Valle.
2-2 will miss. 3-2. Treese coming back in the at-bat here against Leffel. And that'll be strike 3. Treese thought he got the call. Instead, first out of the inning, Leffel.
Designated hitter, number 3, Cody Watanabe.
His 2nd strikeout of the day. Brings up the 9-hole hitter, Cody Watanabe.
That's a pitch that's pretty far off the plate. However, it is a non-league game, so maybe the umpire has an expanded strike zone today on a game that isn't too meaningful. Just a couple of teams trying to get some work in.
1-0 to Watanabe. Misses 2-0. Well, I will actually, not to put pressure on the Legends, but I feel like this is the ideal game, as we mentioned, to kind of get momentum back heading into the closing stretch of the CCL season. That'll be strike 1 to Watanabe. So far, haven't been able to answer that call yet, but a lot of baseball left to be played. 2-1 to Watanabe, swinging strike 2. Tough miss there for the DH. And that'll be strike 3, the 2nd strikeout of the inning.
Now batting, right fielder, number 23, Logan Musey.
Bring up the top of the order, Logan Musey, his 2nd time facing Leffel. Last time around, flew out to right field. First pitch, swinging, goes foul, 0-1. Another thing that has to be said maybe here for Menlo Park. 2 off days in a row could definitely play a role into the lineups, into the bats being a little cold to start the game. But also, I mean, Nathan Leffel has been pitching phenomenally for 2 2/3.
After a couple of off days, your timing at the plate just isn't what it was when you were playing, so definitely takes a couple of innings to get going. However, also a little bit of credit to the pitcher on the mound. He's pitched pretty well so far against this Menlo Park lineup.
2-1. Pitch to Musey. Fouled off 2-2. It'll be 2-2 to Musey. Swinging strike 3. So Leffel only had 1 strikeout for the first 2 innings. Struck out the Legends order. Treese Watanabe and Musey go down. Brings up the top of the 4th. The Tigers looking to add on to their lead. Welcome back here, top of the 4th. A 3-run game between the California Tigers and the Menlo Park Legends. The Tigers up in this contest. First pitch by Valle. Finds the zone. Misses 1-0. Valle entering his 4th inning of work. He's gotten the pitch count up there for sure. And finds his zone 1-1. This is why we have Robbie Sauter warming up in the bullpen. One is high for a ball. Brings the count to 2-1. One swinging from Christian Smith. Brings the count up at 2 apiece. Smith, the San Francisco State left fielder. His second time through the order. And swings at that one. Strike 3. Second strikeout of the day for Smith.
Now batting,
Valle.
right fielder, number 10, Chase Christensen.
fifth strikeout of the day.
Good pitch from Valle right there. A slider in the other batter's box that he gets the batter to flail at.
That was actually his sixth strikeout of the day. So the strikeout stuff is working for Valle. He's also given up a couple hits, some balks. Brings up the top of the order, Chase Christensen, who takes that one for a ball, 0-1. For a strike, 0-1. That one will be a ball. Evens the count up at 1 apiece. Miss again. 2-1. Valle falls behind here. Two and one. Hit high. Foul. Ball. Fouled off. Brings the count to 2-2. Valle, the Huntington Beach native, went to Mater Dei High School. That'll be strike 3. 7th strikeout of a day for Valle. Second out of the inning will bring up Joe McGee.
Another good pitch from Valle right there. Exactly what you want to see if you're the manager, Marcelo Saldana. Giving him a longer or a quicker inning right here. Exactly what you want to see. Able to allow your bullpen to rest for a little bit.
As I said at the top of the inning, Valle was on a shorter leash with Souter all but warmed up.
It looks like Souter's kind of sat down, cooled down a little bit, so probably will not see him unless Valle gets into some serious trouble here this inning.
0-1 to McGee. Evens the count up, 1 apiece. Valle has led a base runner in every inning. 2 outs, 1-1 here to McGee. He looks at that one for ball 2. Two outs. Nobody on here in the top of the 4th. Pitch from Valle. Swing and a miss, strike 2. The last 5 outs for Valle have all come via the strikeout. Now 2-2 to McGee. Looking to extend that streak to 6. Instead, that one will be pieced into right center. Into the gap. McGee digging for 2. He'll head over to third. And will stay there for the 2-out triple. That was a very well hit ball. 97 miles an hour into right center gap. Couldn't have drawn it up any better.
Yeah, and after 2 quick outs on strikeouts and then a 2-strike count, the last thing you were expecting was a ball that was going to be barreled into the outfield for a triple, but it's kind of how baseball goes sometimes. Now Valle's job is to leave that runner at third, not allow the run to score.
See if he's up for the task. Kind of takes a long time heading to the mound. Facing Charlie Moulton here with 2 outs, runner on third. And that will be just kind of flopped into right field for a 2-out single to score a run. It's 4-0 in favor of the Tigers.
And we've seen a lot of those hits given up by Valle not only today, but the entire season. Just kind of like a little blooper into the outfield, opposite field. It's really been a struggle for him to limit those types of hits so far this season.
So Valle, as mentioned, had a short leash to start the inning. Souter sat down a little bit. Now pressure on Valle to get this out. That's a good start to 0-1 on the foul ball from Williams. Oh, 1-1 to Williams. Finds his zone. 0-2. Valle gets ahead in the count again. But in the game of baseball, that just sometimes doesn't matter, does it?
Yeah, it's been a lot of 2-strike counts so far for Valle today, and he has 7 strikeouts?
7 strikeouts.
So he's been able to get some strikeouts, but he's also giving up a lot of hits on 2-strike counts.
1-2, 2 outs. Runner goes. And that'll be a ball. Runner advances to second. It's Moulton. And the throw didn't even come from Derek Cruz. 1-2 to Williams. Pitch. This is the zone, 2-2. As quickly as Valle got ahead in the count, now it's evened up. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 on, 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. Two to Williams. Runner takes off. Swing and miss. Strike 3. 8 strikeouts now for Valle. He's also put 4 runs on the board. California leads the game 4-0 as we enter the bottom of the 4th. It'll be Ujimori, Smith, and Felch to the plate.
Yeah, well, not actually.
Welcome in here, bottom of the 4th. It'll be Ujimori, Smith, and Felch.
I'm trying to start the music right after the inning ends.
And that'll be popped up. Ujimori
Try to play music.
and be caught.
Just do rest.
Yeah, I gotta. Yeah, David, I gotta.
First out of the inning. Ujimori goes down.
See what I can.
Yeah,
see what I can
just do
pull
rest.
up.
Cool.
Yeah.
Sounds good. All right,
But
guys.
yeah, Oregon. Now batting left fielder number 18, Baskin Smith.
Brings up Vaskin Smith to the plate.
I mean, mound visits. I suppose I can bust out of Oregon's.
Yeah, that works too.
Okay. Cool.
Pitch to Smith.
Good pitch.
Finds the zone 0-1. Leffel.
85.
Who was he? 85 too?
86.
As a judge,
The ball 1-on-1. Just had a visitor in the press box. Nathan Klein, the owner of Legends Baseball, checking in on us. Also spent some time in the dugout today, doing all sorts of things.
He's getting some coaching experience in, usually coaching smaller kids at camps, but today he's coaching up at the collegiate level. Was the head coach of the Legends when they first began back in
for
the early 2010s.
Yeah, for the longest of time. He's told me that he does really miss it. Also got him in the booth earlier in the summer. Had a lot of fun doing that. It'll be 2-2 to Smith. He looks at that one, loads up the count, 3-2. Second time through the order. Leffel has been tough to get to. I was only allowed one hit. In fact, he's only allowed one base runner. Full count. Strike 3 looking. I don't know if it's just extended zone, but it just feels like Legends just have nothing to do here.
Yeah, and Baskin Smith not happy with the strike 3 call right there. Gets a warning from the umpire after saying an expletive. So on some thin ice right now, Baskin Smith after the strikeout.
Brings up Rowan Felch. UC Irvine commit from CSM. 1-0. Swings at that one, 1-1.
Yeah, and Felch is going to get a lot of opportunity down there in Orange County after the Anteaters had a couple of outfielders selected in yesterday's draft. 2 guys that they really depended on. So Felch going to Irvine, getting a good opportunity to get some at-bats in over there.
And looks at that one. Well, 2 brings it to 2-1. He's gotten a lot of at-bats here this summer. Been one of the staples of the outfield. Pops that one up foul. 3 guys go for it. No one will reach. Goes off of the roof of the dugout. 2-2 now to Felch. And one of those outfielders getting taken in the draft, Caton Kendall, or as you like to call him, the American Boss Hog. That one was fouled off 2-2. Pitch to Felch, high, ball 3.
And the Big West just continues to produce major league talent. I mean, we saw 25 guys get taken from the Big West, more than the Big Ten. Really surprising.
That'll be a walk to Felch. Second base runner allowed through 3 2/3 innings of work for Nathan Leffel.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 7, Joshua Quinn.
And with a smaller dugout, it is absolutely crucial for Leffel to be producing at this level for the California Tigers.
And going back to the Big West draftees, I mean, you see a lot of schools represented in the draft. I mean, you saw Irvine get 5 guys taken, Santa Barbara with 6, and then you have some of the other schools. Cal Poly had a couple. Cal State Fullerton had 3 as well. Even some of the smaller schools like Cal State Bakersfield had 1, so a lot of different schools represented in the Big West.
And of course, a lot of Big West players play their summer ball here in the CCL. And a couple in our lineup. You mainly see them more in, the CCL South teams. We have a few on the Crawdads, a few on the Stompers, a lot of Fullerton guys on Sonoma. So that one is fouled off 2-1 to Quinn. Of course, the teams in the CCL, there's a lot of teams in the CCL South Division, like the Conejo Oaks, the Santa Barbara Foresters, teams that are packed with Big West players. That one hitting to opposite field, tracking and caught out The third out of the inning. Legends still got to score a run through 4 innings. It'll be the top of the 5th, 4-0 game in favor of the California Tigers. Looking back to the top of the 5th. New pitcher into the game for the Menlo Park Legends. It'll be Robbie Souter checking in. First pitch by Souter misses 1-0. Valles Day, a mixed bag. Pitched 4 innings, gave up 4 runs, 7 hits, 3 walks. A couple balks as well. That doesn't show up into the scorecard we got written down here. But 8 strikeouts, 94 pitches. It was a workhorse. He was getting outs while he was at it. Robbie Souter now into the game, the lefty. Behind the count, 2-1. Souter just committed to Bellarmine University over in Kentucky. Wrapped up a year at LA Mission College, where he only allowed 1 home run in 15 games. Two count. And a tough miss right there. Loads up the count, 3-2. What's been your impression of Robbie Souter this summer so far?
Yeah, for Rob, I think the biggest thing is just that his stuff is really good. He just doesn't really allow it to play sometimes. It's been a lot of arm side misses with his fastball. His slider's gotten a lot more consistent. Changeup has been sparingly used, but really a lot of the inconsistencies that we've seen, and I've talked to him a lot about it, is just the fastball hasn't really been there, especially the command. I mean, the movement on it looks like he gets a lot of movement. He throws it decently hard, kind of in the mid-80s, pretty good for a lefty, but so far it just hasn't been the location he's wanted, and he's really frustrated with himself looking to get back on track here.
That one's fouled off again. And do the 3-2 pitch once again.
I don't know how frustrated you could be, though, if you got a D1 commitment already this summer, so I'd say he got the job done coming up here.
Going to be going over to Kentucky. As he lets the leadoff man on with a walk. The Tigers continue their streak of getting a base runner on every inning. As we are in the top of the fifth here. In a 4-run game in favor of California.
Hasn't been the cleanest of games for the Legends so far. A lot of long innings on the mound, a lot of quick innings at the plate. Not really a great combination of baseball going on today.
So some of the factors, as we mentioned, we kind of talk about, them having 2 off days before this, the bats needing to take some time to get hot. But also, these are guys that, aren't the main contributors for this Legends team. And you're missing guys like your leadoff man, Hayden Young-Goldberg. You're missing, I don't know who else, JP Avila, who was supposed to participate in the home run derby. You're missing your everyday catcher in Ethan Bergen. Just tough for Menlo Park as that one gets away from Souter. Brings the count to 2-1.
And on the mound, you're missing Michael Taylor and Dawson Radiker, both down in Compton. Both of them will be pitching in the All-Star game today. I heard a lot of interest in Michael Taylor, a guy who has yet to commit to a Division I school. He's going to hopefully go out there and put good work out and maybe get an offer today.
2-1. High, ball 3. Another guy that the Legends are going to be missing for the next couple weeks is Richard Keel, who's back down in Australia for a couple weeks. He spent a long time away from home. Tell me how much he was missing it, as that will be ball 4 high. Puts 2 on, nobody out here for the California Tigers. Souter having a hard time coming into the
Now
game.
batting, designated hitter, number 5, Sean Stafford.
Yeah, struggle for Souter so far. I mean, we talked a lot about the arm side fastballs. It's really tough when you're kind of a side slinger like Souter is to consistently find a release point at times, and it really just has seemed like that's been his issue. Just not really finding a consistent release point of that fastball, and it's kind of been sporadic throughout the summer.
So that'll bring up the DH, Sean Stafford, to the plate with Mullen and Rodriguez on second and first. One note of the DH. Make that 2-0 ball. High, 86 miles an hour there. Stafford just graduated from De La Salle High School, one of the top athletic programs in Northern California. Consistently puts out great athletes across football, basketball, and baseball. Two on. The 3-0. Stafford, no reason to swing here. Souter, definitely another guy that we've seen add a little more velo this summer. Kind of started off around 82, 83, now 85 on the fastball. 86 there to get strike 1.
And we really see it as the summer progresses. A lot of guys continue to add velo. It just might be they're a little bit rusty as they enter the summer, and then they start getting warmed up and they get a couple more miles per hour on their fastball.
3-1. Make that 3-2. Stafford having a hard time catching up to it. Full count here to the DH. Payoff from Souter. Fouled off. Caught up to the fastball that time. Not enough, though. Fouled off to keep the count at 3-2. So 3-2 again to Stafford. Fouled off. Neither guy willing to give in here.
Another long inning on the mound for the Legends so far. Just seems like a lot of the pitchers haven't really been consistent in the strike zone. Valle really struggled with his command, although he did rack up the strikeouts. Saturday the same thing, so just looks like one of those days on the mound for the Legends so far.
Full count pitch from Souter. Runners go. Fouled off. Yeah, you mentioned this being a long inning. Souter walked the first two batters. Now in a 3-2 count. A long 3-2 count at that. He's already pitched 21 pitches here. This will be his 22nd. Three and two. High ball 4 loads up the bases for Sean McGinty as Marcelo Saldana will talk things over for Robbie Souter. We will be back shortly. Top of the 5th, bases loaded to Sean McGinty. Souter finds himself in a tough spot. First pitch to McGinty. Swung on, fouled off, 0-1. Last time we saw McGinty, he struck out against Valle. Before that, singled to reach base. A mixed bag from the catcher. 1-1. High for a ball, evens it up. As we're having some arms starting to toss a little bit in the Legends bullpen. 1-1 from Souter will find the zone 1-2. Good pitch there from the lefty. Souter, one of the few guys from LA Mission College. Michael Taylor, Chris Rudell being the others. Rudell done for the summer. Taylor still working at the All-Star game right now, as you said, Victor. Looking some D1 interest, maybe looking to commit soon.
Yeah, I've talked to him a couple of times now about that. As that pitch has popped up, looks like the infield fly rule will be in effect. But yeah, Michael Taylor, I mean, he's put together a really good summer. Has really limited the walks, which was his biggest issue at LA Mission. So far, has 21 strikeouts, 20 innings pitched, an 0.9 ERA. He's just been absolutely dominant. And out of the rotation, too, which has been something that he's not really used to. He's mainly been out of the bullpen for LA Mission, so good to see him getting some starts. Good to see him succeeding in that role, and definitely has gained some interest. I mean, we heard a lot of different D1 programs had interest and have not heard an offer yet, but looking for that to maybe change today as he's going to be on the big stage in the All-Star game.
Bring up Christian Smith. He looks at that first pitch for a ball. What a good way to get an out with bases loaded. Infield fly rule. No one can advance. You make the grab. Easy out one. Brings up the 9-0 hitter. If Sauter can get this out, potentially find yourself out of a nightmare situation. 1-0. Misses ball 2, although Sauter finds himself behind very quickly.
And with the bases loaded, only 1 out now. I mean, even with nobody out, you're really just looking to throw a strike and allow the hitter to put something in play.
2-0 to Smith. Swing and miss, 2-1. Smith so far today has struck out twice, one swinging, one looking. This is his third time up and was unable to catch up to that fastball there. 2-1 now.
Looks like the lefty Kyle Spritsky is getting loose in the Legends bullpen.
2-1 fouled off, brings it to 2-2. Excuse me, 3-2 now, full count. To Smith. With bases loaded. And that'll score a run. Sauter walks in a run. So bringing the score to 5-0 in favor of the California Tigers.
Now batting, right fielder.
So tough right there after getting the first out of the inning.
After getting a easy out right there on the pop fly and battling back from a 3-0 count, really tough to allow the hitter to reach base after all of the work put into that.
Brings up the leadoff man, Chase Christensen, who was looking to lay down a bunt there. And that will be called for a strike, 0-1. Christensen last time around struck out. 0-1. Hit high into left field. Tracking back is Smith. And he'll make the grab. Runners will tag over to third. And he will be out at third. Double play to end the inning. There's a bit of confusion on the field. I think the field will stand. But the run will count. 6-0. We'll bring up Derek Cruz, Nicholas Walsh, and Kanan Treese to the plate. Bottom of the 5th. Legends down by 6 after the sac fly into a double play. Rolled the run that crossed the plate as a run. A little bit of drama between acting manager Marcelo Saldana and I think it was Nicholas Walsh getting yelling at. We'll see Walsh up next. He's on deck right now. Derek Cruz at the plate, 1-1 to the catcher. Cruz hits that one up into center field. It will drop past the center fielder who tried to make the diving grab instead. Cruz digs for second. For his second hit of the day, second hit of the ball game for Menlo Park. What a way to introduce yourself on your home debut.
A good swing from Derek Cruz right there, getting the single and then advancing on the tough play out there in center field. Good piece of hitting right there, 96 miles an hour off the bat. Just took it right back where it came from.
That'll be the first mound visit all day for California Tigers. We'll be back right after this. The leadoff man Cruz is on here, brings up Nicholas Walsh. Lions, maybe this is their opportunity to get a dent into the California lead. Want to know to Walsh. So I'm going to miss. 1-1. Pitch to Walsh. And that'll hit him. Puts him on base. 2 on now. So right after the mound visit, Nathan Leffel hits Walsh to put 2 on, nobody out, with Kanan Treese coming to the plate.
Now batting, first baseman, number 22.
You got to wonder if that's
Kanan
intentional.
Treese.
I mean, Nicholas Walsh was kind of chirping at the Tigers dugout, although on a changeup, I'm not expecting that to be intentional. It didn't look like there was any tempers flaring.
Bring up Kanan Treese. He's playing first base today, showing bunt. And almost laid one down instead. A runner will take off. Cruz over to third. Walsh to second. He will be safe there. 2 in scoring position now. Tigers losing a bit of focus here in the... And that'll be ruled a strike, actually. As they didn't roll that, Treese pulled his bunt back around.
Umpire said he went around right there. Legends dugout wasn't really happy, but it sounds like Marcelo Saldana's kind of running a tight ship today. Doesn't want to hear it from his dugout anymore.
Hit over, Treese going home to the plate. That'll be out at home plate. The run does not come across the plate.
Now batting, designated hitter, number 3. Cody
Confusion from the
Watanabe.
dugout and an upset. Oh, the run was safe, actually. Goes back around. So it'll be... The one is there is some... The Tigers dugout is now upset. It is 6-1 here. 2 on base with nobody out for Cody Watanabe. He looks at that one for a strike, 0-1. And was it just me, or did the umpire signal out and then change it over to safe?
I saw out, and then I saw safe, and then I saw a lot of confusion going on.
That one is pieced high into right field, but it goes right over to the right field. The runner will tag home. He will be safe at the plate. Tigers not getting some calls at the plate. The sac fly there. Tigers manager not happy. Asking for the other umpire in the field to make the call. There'll be nobody out here.
Huh?
Why not? It's a sack.
Watanabe looking to steal there, but heads back. There's a lot of confusion going on at CSM right now. The Tigers did not agree with the call that scored the second run. First pitch to Musi. Looked at for a ball, 1-0. 1-1, excuse me. It's the Musi. Away for ball 2. Excuse me, which all sorts of confused here. 3-0. They're checking in on the runner at first. Mori on deck, Luga Musi at the plate. Yet to reach base. Watanabe thought about taking off there. And it's now 2-2. Excuse me, 3-2. 3-1. There's whole sorts of confusion going on. It is 2-2. Fouled off. We'll stay at 2-2. And the home plate umpire not making it very clear with his calls here.
Yeah, it's been a struggle for us to kind of keep up with this at bat. We were kind of at 3-0, and then we were at 2-1, and now we're at 2-2. So forgive us up here in the score booth. We're kind of struggling.
2-2 to Musi. For run on first being Watanabe. Pitch. Looped into foul territory. Stays at 2-2. Yes, that is 2-2. Leffel looking to get a big out 2 here in the bottom of the 5th. This is really the first dent we've seen put into the scoreboard by the Legends. A lot of fighting back to do as they find themselves down by 4, 1 on, 1 out here. At the top of the order to the plate, Musi finding himself in a 3-2 count. In fact, we'll take the walk there to get on base. 2 on, 1 out. You're going to really like this if you're Marcelo Saldana.
Yeah, a couple of good at-bats put together so far by the Legends. A lot of fight in this lineup so far this inning. 2 runs put up. They put together some good at-bats, taking a walk, and gotten a couple of base hits. So a lot of tides turning. The momentum is turning towards the Legends side a little bit here in this inning.
Fujimori up to the plate now with runners on first and second. First pitch swing and hit high into center field. And that one will be fielded. Both tag. Musi slides into second. It'll be a sac fly to put 2 in scoring position to bring up the 3-hole hitter, Vaskin Smith.
Tough break for Ujimori right there. 96 miles an hour off the bat. That ball went 364 feet. Unfortunately for him, he hit it to the wrong part of the ballpark. We've seen him hit a lot of balls hard, and that was another one right there ever since he's gotten to Menlo Park.
Brings up Vaskin Smith here. Another guy with some pop in his bat. Swings and misses at that one, 0-1. Smith, of course, this summer tied for the lead in home runs with J.P. Avila. Looks at that one for a ball, 1-1. 2 of those home runs came in a 2-home run game against the Alameda Merchants. The 1-1, Smith finds his own 1-2. Home run here would make it a 1-run game in the bottom of the 5th. Pitch to Smith. Swing on. Missed. Strike 3 to end the inning. 2 runs come across the plate, but the Legends still find themselves trailing 6-2. Top of the 6th. Legends come back a bit in the game, but it's still a 4-run lead for the California Tigers. Robbie Sauter entering his 2nd inning of work. That one will find the zone 0-1. Victor, I'm guessing the aim here after scoring your first runs of the game, in the ensuing inning, your goal is to just shut things down pitching-wise.
That's not a tough algorithm. All you got to do is put up a 0 after this. I mean, the momentum finally feels like it's shifting a little bit towards the Legends. Your job as a pitcher now is to put up a 0 and get the boys back in the dugout.
1-1, swinging, strike 2 from Joe McGee. So it'll be McGee, Moulton, and Williams at the plate for California. Last time we saw Joe McGee, he absolutely ripped one into right center for a triple. And swings and misses at that one. Strike 3. Sauter's first strikeout of the day.
Good pitch from Robbie right there. A slider way outside gets the batter to chase in the other batter's box.
Second baseman, number 9, Charlie Malton.
First strikeout of the day for Joe McGee brings up Charlie Malton. First pitch to him. On the inside for strike 1. Great pitch there by Sauter. A 1 hit up the middle. Quinn unable to make the play in the infield. Hard hit ball. It was 93 miles an hour off the bat. Tough ball to field if you're Josh Quinn.
Josh Quinn does get credited with the error right there. Although it was a tough play like you mentioned, still think that if you ask Josh Quinn if he should have made that play, he will tell you yes.
So it puts the runner on base. So bring up Corey Williams. First pitch away, ball 1. I mean, I feel like Sauter was entering a bit of a groove now for runner on first. kind of changes his game a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, it's a big difference. 2 outs, nobody on, compared to 1 out and 1 on, especially after getting a very quick first out and then getting a ground ball, which you feel as a pitcher you should have gotten an out. It maybe throws you off your groove a little bit, and we've seen it so far, 2-0 to this hitter right here after the error.
Checks in over to Moulton at first. Kind of still 2-0 to Williams. Make that 3-0. 3 pitches, 3 balls to the first baseman. Wouldn't expect the swing here from Williams. 3-0 comes. And we'll miss for ball 4. Two on now. 1 out.
Now batting, third baseman.
Not how you want to be
Jamie
handling the
Mullen.
6th inning after you score your first runs of the game.
Now, like we mentioned at the top of the inning, I mean, you just really would need to put up a 0 right here if you're the pitcher. And it's still doable. I mean, you're 1 pitch away from rolling up a double play. A guy with some sink to his pitches. Definitely possible.
I think they heard you both take off. Run will be safe at third. The double steal. Sarlo Saldana asking for check on that. He's going to go out into the field to talk things over with the umpire. I mean, it was pretty bang at third, but it did look like he was safe. So Saldana will head back to the dugout after hearing the explanation from the umpire. Bring the count to 0-1 against Jamie Mullen. Pitch to Mullen. Inside, strike 2. As you mentioned, crucially, the double play ball is out of effect, but if you can get this strikeout here, 2 outs, it's all just the same. Pitch from Souter, hit high into left field. Over the head and out of the ballpark. Way to steal the momentum. Jamie Mullen, 3-run shot into left field. The Tigers now have a 9-2 lead here in the top of the 6th.
Tough home run to give up right there by Souter. I mean, any home run is tough to give up, but especially after your team kind of answers back with 2 runs, and now all that work has been virtually erased.
And then some. 3-run shot, 103 miles an hour off of the bat of Mullen. As we will be getting a pitching change. Robbie Souter's day is done. We'll be back very shortly. Welcome back in here. Top of the sixth. A new arm making his Legends debut. It's Kyle Skritsky as that one is hit high into right field. Play will not be made and over the wall for a ground rule double. This to me seemed like Logan Musey never had track of that ball.
That ball just looked like it kept carrying on Logan Musey, and yeah, like you said, it just didn't look like he had a beat on that. It just goes right over his glove. Tough play right there. Tough for Kyle Skritsky, who's making his debut here for the Legends.
Yeah, Skritsky just wrapped up his freshman year at San Jose State. That one heads back to the backstop. Well, one allows the runner to advance. Not an ideal start to your debut, but some work to be done here. Want to know Stafford? That one will find the zone 1-1. Good bounce back pitch there from Skritsky.
After a ball that kind of sailed on him, it's good to see him get back in the strike zone with that pitch.
1-1. Kind of a funny leg kick right there, and a nasty, nasty breaking ball finds the zone 1-2. Beautiful pitch there by Skritsky. One, two to Stafford. Swing and a miss, strike three.
Good pitch from Skritsky right there. A fastball that looks like it has a little bit of extra life on it as he delivers it. Kind of swings right under that, even though it's only 86 miles an hour. Does kind of sneak up on you as a hitter.
Skritsky, before enrolling at San Jose State this past fall, was that Archbishop Mitty. He was one of their star pitchers for a NorCal Division II champion. And for good reason right there. Beautiful breaking ball that finds his own 0-1 to McGinty.
High school teammate of
Mateo Blandino.
Yeah, legacy first baseman Mateo Blandino.
It probably would have been Skritsky throwing to Blandino.
Blandino catcher out of high school.
1-1 to Sean McGinty. Yeah, he does kind of have a little bit of a, funny leg kick. Kind of holds it for a second and then kicks it up even more.
Probably a timing thing to kind of deceive the hitters. We do see a lot of the Legends pitchers really have some interesting deliveries. I mean, the guy that pitched right before this, Robbie Sauter, kind of drops down sidearm style. Dawson Raddick right off the ground, and Richard Keel, same thing. So it really does seem like something that Chris DeBoo cares about is just a lot of funky deliveries, funky arm angles.
Something that can throw off the batter at the plate. 1-2 here to McGinty. Skritsky really slowing things down. Time is called. Pitched 12 games over mostly out of the bullpen, 6 shutout innings. And the 1-2 pitch is strike 3 swinging. Way to introduce yourself. Come in a sticky situation and get 2 strikeouts to end the inning. Legends find themselves down by 7 as we enter the bottom of the 6th. It'll be Felch, Quinn, and Cruz to the plate. Bottom of the 6th, it'll be Felch, Quinn, and Derek Cruz to the plate. Starting things off with Rowan Felch, the UCI commit. First pitch outside for a ball, 1-0. New pitcher into the game for the California Tigers, it's Jack Gouffron. Nathan Leffel's day is done after that tough 5th inning where he gave up 2 runs. 5 innings of work, 80 pitches, 2 earned runs, 2 hits, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts. Pretty impressive his day.
Yeah, pretty good day for Bethel today. Really put the Legends bats at bay. Of course, they've been struggling offensively, but Bethel really looked like he moved his pitches around, used a couple of different pitches, got a lot of outs, and Gouffron so far looks like he's throwing pretty firm, 90 miles an hour on those first few offerings.
And will be outside for a ball, 2-2 now. Gouffron rolled. This ball 3 did not go around. So right now, with Gouffron and Skritsky, it's the battle of the San Jose State pitchers. Gouffron will be joining the Spartans in the fall. That'll be a leadoff walk for
the shortstop, number 7.
Rowan Felch, his second walk of the day, brings up Josh Quinn to the plate. First pitch to Quinn. And that almost hit him. Will allow Felch to advance the second. Thought about going to 3. So again, runner in scoring position with nobody out here for the Legends for the second straight inning. It's a will be zoned for a strike. 1-1. One pitch. Inside for a ball. 2-1 now. One to Quinn. Hit on. And we'll go foul just barely. 2-2 now. So after, you thought you had the momentum heading into the top of the 6th, and then 3-run home run kind of changes that for you. Now with a runner in scoring position, what's the goal here for Josh Quinn?
Well, for Josh Quinn specifically, he should be looking to get a base hit, as he almost does right there. Get a base hit and just drive the runner in, keep the line moving. I mean, right now you can't really ask for only 1 run down so many runs, but asking to continue the line, allow the next batter to potentially drive him in, and continue to, add on runs as the innings go. They're down 7, but it's baseball. No matter what, you can always score a bunch of runs.
2-2 hit high in the left center gap. Track, but it'll be the left fielder making the play, Christian Smith, for the first out of the inning. So after letting the leadoff man on, Jack Gouffron gets his first out.
Derek Cruz
brings up Derek Cruz. Up once again. Single and a double today. This is his 3rd at-bat. First pitch. Inside for a ball, 1-0. Really impressed with how Cruz is taking his at-bats this game.
Put together some good at-bats last time up. He had a rocket double in the center field. So he's put together a couple of good at-bats, and so far he's made himself known. And, it's been a while since we've seen him, so he's made himself known for the first game, and he's played in a month, basically.
1-1, 1 out here. to Derek Cruz. Looks at that one for a ball 2-1 now. Gufron. Missed there. It's so tough, though. We've seen 91 on his fastball, then 75 on the off-speed, 88 that time. Hard to catch up if you're the batter, although Cruz, nice job there to get the foul off. To bring the count to 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here for the Legends. Pitch. Inside. Strike 3 looking. Tough one there. Cruz can't believe it. Only the second out.
Now batting, third baseman, number 48, Nicholas Walsh.
Brings up Nicholas Walsh. That's such a tough out right there for Menlo Park.
Yeah, with the runner in scoring position, the last thing you want to do is not advance him, and that's what Quinn and Cruz have now done. So really just seems like a lot of missed opportunities for the Legends on the offensive.
I'll bring up Nicholas Walsh, who looked at that one for a ball, 1-0. Walsh today, last time we saw him, got hit by a pitch. Also scored a run. Swings and misses at that one, 1-1. Good job there by Gufron to generate the swing and miss. One count. Fouled off 1-2. Walsh with 2 outs, looking to keep this inning going. And he'll be rolled. Strike 3 to end the inning. No runs come across the plate. Still 9-2 in favor of the California Tigers. Top of the 7th. Kyle Skritsky entering his first full work. Falls behind there 1-0. It'll be Christian Smith starting things off. Back over to the top of the order, Christensen and McGee. 1-0. Ball high. Brings it to 2-0. To Smith. Low ball 3. Skritsky after a strong into the 6. Now falls behind 3-0 here to the 9-0 hitter. Pitch to Smith. Into the zone. Strike 1. Slowed it down there. You saw him starting the day around 86, 87, now 85 on the fastball. And that'll be a walk. 5-pitch walk to Christian Smith. The 9-0 hitter is on. Brings back around the top of the order. It'll be Chase Christensen to the plate.
10, Chase Christensen.
Tough walk to give up there.
Yeah, difficult to start an inning with a walk, and Skritsky does just that, especially with a 7-run deficit. I mean, the last thing you want to do is allow the Tigers to add on even more runs and make this lead even more insurmountable. You got to start to wonder, I mean, a non-league game, it's getting a little bit dark here. Maybe this game gets called. I mean, we're only in the 7th inning right now.
See how the game progresses. 1-0 to Christensen. Hit over into opposite field. That one's going to drop for a hit off the wall. Digging for home is Smith. Christensen will head to 3. That'll be a triple to score a run 10-2 here. It'll be a double on the reaches third base on the throw. Yeah, this game is becoming a massacre.
Center fielder, number 8, Joe McGee.
Tough one right there for Skritsky. I mean, a baseball that was hit fairly well, and again, kind of just goes over Logan Musey's head right there.
Pitch over to Joe McGee, hit over in the foul territory. Tracking back is Walsh, but it will leave the ballpark 0-1. Tough for Skritsky. Gave up the leadoff walk, and then consequentially the triple scored the run. Now maybe looking to dial things back a bit and get some easy outs here. There's a couple bases to play with, so no pressure on getting, stuff outside the zone that you want to get swing and misses at. 1-1 here to McGee. A miss strike for a ball, 2-1. To McGee. The St. Mary's commit. And that'll be ball 3. Three-run to Skritsky, hit over, past second base. That will score a run. It is now 11-2 here. Well hit ball by McGee.
Now batting, second baseman, number 9, Charlie Malton.
95 miles an hour off the bat into right field, past the first baseman. The tough ones for Skritsky, who looked so good in the 6. Now showing Some signs of being human here.
California Tigers have only 1-0 on the offensive side on the scoreboard. It just really has been a struggle on the mound for the Legends to get outs and to get quick outs. We've seen a lot of two-strike counts, and a lot of those have turned into base runners.
In fact, trying to get the runner into a pickle situation there, but Joe McGee just took off and slid into second safe. I saw a look of bewilderment on your face just now, Victor.
Yeah, it looked like he was out by a little bit, but umpire calls him safe. I was also kind of surprised that the runner just kind of ran through that, didn't really attempt to even get in a pickle. Good pickoff by Skritsky, and it just looked like Keenan Treese, who isn't used to playing first base, didn't really get a strong throw off to second.
Will now be 1-1 here to Charlie Moulton. Last time we saw Moulton, he reached on the air. That really kind of kick-started the sixth inning. It eventually turned into some runs for California. The count is now 1-2. Pitch from Skritsky. Well, missed 2-2 now. Still yet to get an out this inning. That'll be strike 3, though. Skritsky's third strikeout of the day. Good job getting the swing and miss there on the fastball.
Now batting, first baseman, number 15, Corey Williams.
Brings up Corey Williams here with 1 on, 1 out. Last time around, Williams walked. He's reached base 3 out of 4 times today. Swings and misses. That one 0-1. Williams has scored 2 runs today. 2 singles, a walk. So that one will head over to the backstop. 1-1 now. What is really a demoralizing game here for Menlo Park. Find yourself down 11-2 against the non-league opposition. Someone that you were hoping to bounce back against. Instead, 2-1, 1 out. A 9-run game against the California Tigers. Misses for ball 3.
On the brighter side, down in the CCL in the starting lineup, you got 3 legends down there. Starting catcher Ethan Bergen, starting first baseman Emmett Finney, and in center field Hayden Young Goldberg. So there's some good stuff going on around Legends Land today.
First pitch just a few moments away in the All-Star game. Also had the home run derby where J.P. Avila was supposed to participate, but instead it was missed out to go to his grandma's birthday. How sweet is that, Victor?
It's awesome. Yes, and I know Chris DeBoo was a little upset. I wouldn't say upset. He was a little disappointed that JP couldn't make it, but he was also happy that he was able to make it to his grandma's birthday.
And that'll be mound visit over for Marcelo Saldana after the walk. We will be back very shortly. That was probably the quickest mound visit of all time. Marcelo Saldana just came in, as you said, probably just said, get a strike, and goes back to the dugout. Bring up Jamie Mullen. Last time we saw Jamie Mullen with 2 on, he ripped one into left field for a 3-run home run. Skritsky here gets ahead 0-1. Come back from Mullen, brings it to 1-1 on the missed pitch from the lefty Skritsky.
Continue the good news in Menlo Park baseball. The Legacy are up 1-0 at the College of Alameda over the Seals right now in a winner go home.
Yeah, winner go home game in the BACL playoffs. You see the regular season champs of the BACL by a good margin as well, lost in a 13-inning game against the California Red Tails. It's a good thing they played that in Alameda, because if we played that here, I mean, we don't have lights at CSM. I don't know what we would have done, as that one will be dropped, flipped over, and will score a run. It is now a 10-run lead in favor of the California Tigers. And this is not the BACL. That would have been the inning. The top of the half of the inning. Instead, the Tigers showing no signs of slowing down. 2-1. Ripped in the left center. That one going back, and over the head of Vaskin Smith for a extra base hit that will score a run. It is now 13-2. Jamie Mullen just having a great day at the plate. Home run, double, that's a second double of the day.
Now,
Can't ask for a better day from your third baseman.
Rudy Rodriguez.
Yeah, he's put together some good at-bats so far, gotten a couple of extra base hits, just done a lot of damage, as has pretty much the rest of the Tigers' lineup today.
Yeah, I think every single Tiger has reached base in this game. I'll bring up Rudy Rodriguez to the plate, the shortstop, who looks at that one for a ball, 1-0. One of 3 lefties in the lineup. Looks at that one again, 2-0. Even after the mound visit, still nobody warming up. This is when you really see how small the Legends bullpen is today. They have a game on Friday against the Crawdads. People have to be ready to pitch by then, as that one finds his own 2-1. Two and 1. Runner on second, 1 out here. Now drop into his own 2-2. Good pitch there by Skritsky. Curveball there. Just finds his own. That one is hit high into right field. Musey makes the grab. For the second out of the inning.
Now batting, designated hitter, number 5, Sean Stafford.
That is now 2 outs to bring up Sean Stafford, the DH. Who looks at that one in the zone, strike 1. You can tell just a long game here at CSM. A little miss for a ball, 1-1. Stafford, the 8th batter of this inning. Looks at that one for a ball, 2-1. Two-one to Stafford. High for a ball, 3-1 now. Three one pitch in the zone, loads up the count, 3-2. As we are getting Cody Watanabe throwing in the bullpen. Maybe we'll see the DH come into the game in the 8th and 9th, as that will be a walk there from Skritsky.
The Legends already had one position player pitch at San Luis Obispo. They had Kanan Treese pitch in that game, so we might see our second position player pitching of the season, second in 1 week's time.
As time is called, there Cruz walking over to talk with Skritsky. Both of these guys is kind of newer to the Legends team. Of course, Cruz played against the Fresno A's. Saldana will also head up to the mound. We'll be back very shortly. Well, we have our first position player pitching of the day. It'll be Vaskin Smith with Ronald Rocky over and left. And Vaskin Smith right there, pretty firm stuff, 86 miles an hour. We'll miss the zone, though, 1-0. And we'll find the zone there, 1-1. Good pitch from Smith. Just has to get one out. And then his job is done. Although that one will miss, 2-1. Smith has some pretty firm stuff for a position player.
Yeah, I mean, to be an outfielder, you got to have a pretty strong throwing arm, just in case there's a play anywhere. So not really that surprising, but surprising that he's going to let it eat here, as they say, 85 on the gun right there.
Yeah, count is even up. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 on, 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. That one will get away from Smith. Loads at the count 3-2, puts 2 in scoring position now. Smith has a base to play with. Full count. And that'll be a walk. He had the base open and decided to use it.
Now batting, left fielder, number 24, Christian Smith.
Bring up Christian Smith. Here, once again, his second time hitting this inning. That one will miss, ball 1. One and out. We'll find the zone 1-1. Smith, a New Mexico native, committed to UNM, the Lobos, as they call them, to play college baseball. He will be just a position player there. This is kind of an unusual thing is he finds his own there to even the count up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So it'll be 2-2. Smith. Almost got strike 3 there. Smith thought about going around. I just realized it is Smith on Smith. Smith at the plate. Smith on the mound. Vaskin and Christian. 3-2. Fouled off. We'll do it again. Victor, could we call this the Battle of the Smiths?
Smith on Smith, I think you can.
Full count, payoff. Hit high into right field. Tracking back and gone. Way out of here. Christian Smith sends that one over the right field wall for a grand slam. 17-2 lead for the California Tigers. Vaskin Smith, the position player, gives up the home run. 375 feet down to Highway 92. This is getting ugly.
Now batting, right fielder, number 10, Chase Christensen.
That'll bring up the top of the order, Chase Christensen.
We've seen a lot of tough games for the Legends, but this has definitely got to be the toughest we've seen so far.
Just takes the cake. 0-1. Finds the zone 0-2. I mean, you got to be wondering if he's just taking these pitches. That'll be a dropped ball. 1-2 now. Two outs. Nothing on here for Christensen. Smith calls time. One-two pitch. Hits him. top of the 7th continues. Brings up Joe McGee.
Now batting, center fielder,
With
number
a
8,
runner on
Joe
first.
McGee.
Yeah, if we're just looking at this Legends schedule, I mean, they've had some bad losses. 16 runs to the Stompers, 13 runs as well. 12 runs to the Foresters, but this is the most runs they have given up all season. So the 0-1 to McGee. He swings and misses at that one, 0-2. Bounce back pitch there from Smith, who's now ahead 0-2. 0-2 pitch. Hit high into the center field. But Felch will make the grab for the final out of what was felt like was an eternity of a top of the 7th. It is 17-2 as we enter the 7th inning stretch.
For Canaan Trees, number 20, Nolan Rodriguez.
Welcome back in here, bottom of the 7th inning. The Legends are down 17-2. Nolan Rodriguez, that's right, the Nolan Rodriguez, the pitcher, not pitching today. We have a position player on the mound and a pitcher at the plate. Jack Gouffron still out there. First pitch to Nolan Rodriguez is a sinker fouled off to the right side. If you guys noticed the voice change, it's not Nate Martin anymore. He decided he wanted to go home, so as Nolan Rodriguez fouls one off to the right side. Nolan Rodriguez. Sorry, we're having some technical difficulties. Ronald Rocky now the hitter, the left fielder. Usually a pitcher. So we've now had 2 pitchers hit in a row. One no pitch is a strike to Rocky.
1-2 pitch to Rocky. Miss for a ball, 2-2. I think we're just having some fun here now in the bottom of the 7th, down by 15. Rocky at the plate right now. Drew Brown on deck as well. Struck out there. The first out of the inning.
And your attention, please, for the Legends pinch hitting for Logan Busey, number 2, Drew Brown.
Brings up Drew Brown here. Another pitcher being used as a hitter today, a lefty. The 1-0 pitch. In the zone. 1-1. We 1-1. Pieced over, foul ball. Even by 15, this just must be fun for the pitchers to get some action in at the plate. One-two pitch. Hit up the middle towards the second baseman. It will be out at second. And safe at first. Drew Brown showing some wheels to reach on the fielder's choice. Brings up Ryson Ujimori.
Second baseman, number 1, Ryson Ujimori.
See how Drew Brown handles base running. First pitch. Swing and a miss from Ujimori, 0-1. So, I mean, at least when the Legends come back on Friday, it'll get easier, right? No, they'll be taking on the first place Walnut Creek Crawdads before 2 massive games, one against the Merchants and one against the Seagulls, looking to get into all 3 of those teams looking to get into the CCL playoffs. That Seagulls game on Tuesday will be the last home game of the season, as that will be strike 3 for Ujimori. There's 2 innings away from getting out of here. It is 70-2 in favor of the California Tigers.